Good morning, everybody. I am eventually going to get back to that video talking about our union versus the other union, but not today. Today I'm going to join the large crowd of people whining about gas prices, and right now I went and looked down and I'm like, my tank's already at half a tank or slightly over half a tank. I'm trying to remember when I fueled up, because yeah, we got groceries on Monday, so maybe it was Monday or Friday. Anyway, I was upset because it was like $4.55 for mid-grade, and that's a great time. I haven't seen gas this high since I was working in Ohio, which brings me to the main topic of our exciting morning drive today, and that is I will be going to the Michigan Digital Preservation Network's shindig-a-ling tomorrow to talk about locks. And I kind of wish I wasn't going. Our archivist should be going, but she's out on administrative leave for a health issue, so kind of fell to two others of us that are helping with the institutional repository side, and my other coworker is supposed to go, has to cover an evening event for another coworker who's out. So she's like, I was going to, and I'm like, yeah, because I really wanted to get to ride with you. Almost to the point where I pay you to chauffeur me. Well, I didn't say that, but it's pretty close, because I just hate driving in cities. I don't mind driving the back roads. Every so often I get really ticked off about getting stuck by a tractor, because that's pretty much the risk of the back roads. But I hate driving to cities. Especially now, because I think like when I bid on this for my travel expenses, we have to bid it at the federal mileage rate. And I'm pretty sure the federal mileage rate is like not accounting for the latest gas price hike. So I'm kind of like, you're probably going to end up paying money out of your own pocket on this. So maybe I will be petty enough to claim the $5 parking fee when I get there. And I'm already dreading getting into a parking structure, because I haven't done that since my trip down to Dayton, Ohio to go see Sailor Moon live. And I survived that okay. And the plus side is my car is super dirty now, so maybe people will just leave it alone. But yeah, getting in and out of tight spaces. I mean, I do it a lot in the parking lots at work, so I shouldn't be that worried, but somehow I still am. I've boinked things in a lot of parking lots. Anyway, the main reason I don't want to drive that dang far is because I have done my time driving, and one of the reasons when I moved up here I wanted to be so close, but Dan wanted to be right past at least the city line, because we didn't want to be burdened by city ordinances. So I was like, I'm not driving more than half an hour, and considering how winter is up here, half an hour in the dry summer is probably about 45 minutes in the winter, depending on how slow you want to go. So yeah, my normal drive, as you have seen from all the tapings, isn't too bad. I can make it work. I don't have a problem with it. But when I was going to Ohio, I was leaving Brighton, Michigan. Okay, so more stuff about the bully boss I had. One of the things that she did to me my first semester there, I had someone the same age as me working for her, and he lived literally up the street from the college in this condo complex, and he couldn't get in on time, and she did not want me to get hired, I could tell. And her original time for me to come in was 8 a.m. to work the front desk shift first thing in the morning. And I made it in 98% of the time, because every so often the car breaks or like the storms are really bad. But yeah, I would leave my house as anticipated for tomorrow, because it's equally a long drive, perhaps longer, I think a little longer, at 6:30 in the morning to get in at 8 a.m. Now we have a little more squick time going to Lansing, so I might be able to leave at like 7, and then not feel bad if I come in during the welcoming remarks or what have you. But yeah, I drove from Brighton around one city, which was Ann Arbor. Usually in the morning that wasn't too bad, and then we would have a nice except when it was snowing and dark out at night, section between Ann Arbor and then the border, and then you'd go around Toledo, because the community college was actually south of Toledo, and then you would drive like another 5 minutes south, but you had to go through a whole bunch of interchanges. And when I first started working there, I mean, I considered it kind of a blessing, because it was going to cure me of my panic attacks, because I was really scared to drive on the freeway. And having seen some of the things I've seen in the state of Ohio while driving, I remain somewhat terrified to be on the freeway. And I also have not had great luck, although granted they now are allowing us to drive our own cars most of the time. When I was first hired here, we had a big push to use the, they called it the library van. A, so that we could carpool and not be filing a whole bunch of extra expenses, but also B, because like the gas came free with it, because you just go over to what do you call it, the car pickup place, the car lot, I'm just gonna call it that, and you pump the gas yourself out of the university's gas tank, and it was all well and good. And obviously I had to write down mileage and track that, and they built it to your department. But I did have a rough time going to Grand Rapids. I think I was trying to go to GVSU. And this Dodge van, man, I hated this thing because the brake pedal, and I hadn't gotten used to two-footed driving at that point, the brake pedal was like, seemed like a good 4 inches higher up than it needed to be, because it was practically like jamming my knee into my chin trying to hit the brake. And I almost missed an exit, and yeah, I did miss the exit. I did drive into the verge and make it, but yeah, that was a scary moment, and I'm like, yeah, let's just drive our own car, that way if we get in an accident for doing stupid things, it's not university property. But I looked to take the full back roads, and that's like 2.5 hours. The mid back roads, I'm calling it mid mostly because I just have to go down 131 before I cross over, which was essentially our route, except for when I was going back and forth from Reed City to go back downstate, so that one's not so bad. But then I have to drive around to Lansing. My coworker, who I was hoping to catch a ride with, is like, it's a little city. And I'm like, yeah. But you don't know how easily flustered I get in cities trying to navigate, do directions. The, GPS is a lot better now than it was. So I don't have to look at it nearly as much because it yells at me. But yeah, I do get flustered. And my other favorite thing, and I know this isn't unique to Michigan, but I end up a lot of times in the wrong lane, because the lane will become a turn lane only, and they'll be like, ah! And I know, just have patience, people will let you over. I mean, granted, this isn't Ohio, where people are nice and will let you over immediately, but they will let you over. Anyway, as you can see, our minimum gas price at the shelf for unleaded is up to like $4.09, so yeah, this is a good time. Granted, these are the pumps that are out by the freeway, so they do get a bit cheaper once we get into town, but as my friend at the free clinic pointed out, you can't get gas just anywhere though, which a lot of places in the country, I'd say maybe about 1/10 to 1/4, only serve unleaded regular gas. And this kind of bit me on the butt the other day when I was out at the free clinic, because I went up the street, because I'm like, oh, that's a low gas price, assuming they had other ones and they just didn't put them on the sign. No, it took me a while driving around the pumps to be like, oh, you literally only have unleaded, and then like one for diesel. And it does. It takes a while to get used to that. So yeah, it's kind of like being in sparsely populated areas, I guess, out in the desert, where you have to count your miles and make sure you're topped off at all times. Mostly what I have to make sure I'm topped off with tomorrow is battery, so I can charge the phone, and my notebook, because I'm old and I have to do that to pay attention. I may or may not take my Adderall. Maybe that'll make me less panicky, I don't know. But I'm also thinking, how do I dress? Because I have to represent the university. And I just pulled on my cardigan from when we first got cardigans when I was like, I don't know, here a few years. And unfortunately, my cat has made a hole in my arm. I'm also too chubby for it, which is a whole nother problem. But the hole in the arm just made me sad, because I'm like, what do I do with you? Do I retire you to being house cardigan, or I put you away and continue my clothes archive that I swore I would stop doing? I mean, I still have bags of like folded up t-shirts. I have a lot of old t-shirts, especially a lot of them that were from the Smoke-Free Class of 2000 initiative, because I still find that fascinating. They tried. They really tried. I got a Dare shirt. I got a whole bunch of stuff from the elementary school, which has now been torn down, so I don't feel bad about that. Old Girl Scout stuff. Lots of neat stuff. Maybe someday I'll pull it out. Alright, we are into campus. Oh, one quick update about that. They did finally tow out the barnacled vehicle. I was kind of surprised by that, because I looked yesterday and it was good. I'll let this nice person cross so I can turn this camera off.